Welcome one and all to this 6th episode of D and Other D with me, Mike.
And me, Lilith.
And today we are going to do an extraordinary, an extra off-schedule stream for this because... Tell them why. Why do you want to do more?
Because I want the game to be ready by Christmas so that the family can see it.
We want to give it to the grandparents and put pictures of the family and stuff like that in so that, grandparents can play it or something. That would work, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to start creating some basic menu structure to make things work, right? At the moment we need to press space in order to access a puzzle, and we can't really choose the puzzles, so that's not brilliant. We can't choose the difficulty, right? And that sort of stuff. So first of all, let's start designing a menu here. So this is our canvas over here, right? It's normally taken by the game. There's a puzzle image. That's the one that is usually filled, at least I think. Let's not maximize and play. Let's hit play. Let's hit spacebar key. And here you can see this, right? And this should be the puzzle image. And it is. Okay, so that's the one. So that's going to be our puzzle image. We're going to have access to it and turn it off when we're in the menu. Okay? Because we're going to need a new... let's call it empty. Call this one menu. Capital M. Menu. Now we're gonna hold Alt and Shift. Is it Alt and Shift? Yes, Alt and Shift. Stretch it all. So now it occupies the entire screen again. That's the menu. And now we're gonna start filling things in. So let's see. There probably should be some kind of title or something.
I think puzzle game is too generic.
Yes, puzzle game is a bit generic. And we kind of want a title that your grandparents in Italy can understand.
Like an Italian title?
Well, yeah. I don't know if we want to do that.
Well, maybe I can tell you the name and what I want, and then if you can tell me if you agree or not, and then you can tell me what it is in Italian, and I can type it. Sure.
Well, what name are you thinking? You first need to have a name.
I know.
So let's think about what you do in game, right? You swap tiles, right? So something like photo swap, which sounds like you're replacing a photo. That could work.
Yeah.
Image swap.
I was also thinking of tile swap.
But tile means it doesn't tell you what type of tile. Yeah, I think image swapper, something like that could be good. Or pic swapper. Pic swapper would probably be right. Pic is short for picture. Sit properly, banana. All the way with your back on the chair. All the way. Your knees need to be here. There you go. Yeah, I think big swapper is what we're gonna go with. Okay, so for that we're gonna need text and a font. So let's begin going to look for a font. Type here 1000. Wait, I'll do it. 1001 free commercial use font. Type in with one finger. There we go. Free commercial use 1001 fonts. There we go. Now, one thing we need to be aware of is that Italian has accents. So it's pretty important. We need a font that's kind of readable and has accents. Okay. Should also be, I think it should be somewhat serious, perhaps without serifs, but we'll see.
All of them seem basically readable except for this one.
Yeah, I mean, your complex BRK is not that bad. But we do not know if it's got special characters. Ooh, Zag regular, I like this one, simple. That's not bad. So, free for commercial use. Character maps, that's what we always need to keep an eye out on. This one's difficult to read though. And it doesn't have, it has AE, but it doesn't have accents. We need accents, so. This will take us a bit to find a font that we're happy with, right? And that's normal. If you find one that stands out to you, go like, yeah, I like this one. Let me know. This one's too modern for the game we're trying to make. I think we need to have something a little bit more classic. Odds. Yeah.
We could do this one.
Yeah, this one's not too bad. Let's open it there on the side. I don't dig the spacing between them. This one's too thin. Too thin. Otherwise, ooh, that's interesting. That one is cartoony, but it could work okay. So this is the one that you were looking at. That's not bad. I'm surprised it's free for commercial use. It looks quite professional. And we've got all of the accents as well, which we will need. Okay, what about this one? So this one is all caps, I think. Yeah, it's all caps and it has no accents. This is, yeah. Okay, so shall we go with this one? Download.
Sure.
So clicking download. Then I'm going to open containing folder. Cut. Actually, yeah, I suppose cut. Then here. Create.
You typed.
That's fine. Just new folder. Folder type fonts with a capital F. No, fonts, not fans. Fontes. It means writing styles, sort of thing. Oh, wait a moment. That's supposed to go into assets. Paste. Extract here. Okay. Readme is an MD. Okay, whatever. It doesn't particularly matter at the moment. You would need to read all of these things. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go to TextMesh Pro and go to Font Asset Creator. First, we need to import the TMP Essentials. This is a system that deals with fonts in Unity, which is really, really, really good. Really powerful. Okay, so now we got these fonts and let's just grab normal, like regular, work song regular, put it right there, generate font atlas. There's the font, save, and we're gonna put it in assets, fonts, regular. And that's it. Okay, so now in the menu we could have the title up top and then a picture and then play at the bottom. So we're going to create a UI image. This is gonna be our background, so call this one BG, capital B, capital G. Hit enter. Now hold Alt and Shift. Yeah, Alt and Shift. Okay, release. Cool. Okay, so there it is, all in the background. Now inside here, we're going to create a UI Text Mesh Pro. Don't worry about it for now. Then, after the Text Mesh Pro, we're going to need a UI image. And then we're going to need a empty for now. Rename this one as button with a capital B. Button underscore start with a capital S. Yeah, hit enter. Image, just call this one title pic or something like that. Capital P pic. Hit enter. No, not a pic. That's the thing I used to dig with. The pic is short for picture. And this one you want to call text underscore title. So just wait. Just put an underscore here. Title. Yeah, I don't know that I like this. So perhaps we should rename this one to pic underscore title just to be consistent. And maybe this is the kind of convention we should keep, right? So yeah, anyway, so BG, now the BG is going to contain these, and we're going to give it a vertical layout group. So these things all fit there. And we're also going to give it padding like 50, 50, 50, 50, and probably spacing of 50. Now let's go deal with the text first. So first of all, we're going to auto size. Second of all, we're going to change the font to Worksaw regular SDF. That's the only material we've got. All right, and we are going to dilate it a bit to 0.3, and we're going to give it an outline thickness, 0.3. Maybe that's a bit much. Let's go 0.2 there. And now we're going to tell it, actually you can be as big as 120, and you're going to be in the middle for both, right? Mm-hmm. So then this one needs to be that content that we wanted it to be, so something like big swapper. There, that's the title of the game, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. Then we need a picture for the title, and we don't really have one. We can put the Elise for now. Now it's important that the picture preserves the aspect, okay? Because otherwise it gets all stretched. We don't want that. Okay, and then the last one is the button start. Now we don't have a button, so we need to actually create a button and the concept of a button. So we're going to start with the scripts. Just like we have the concept of a cell, we're going to create a concept of a button. Call this one button with a capital B. Yeah, wait, add the word custom in front, capital C. The reason we're doing this is because one of the default classes in Unity is called button. We want our own button, not their button. Okay?
Okay.
So I've dragged custom button onto the button start. Let's open it. Let's delete all of these. Now, just like the cell, right, the button is also going to have a system to highlight it, to enter it with the mouse, exit it with the mouse, and click it. So copy these and paste them here. Therefore, it's also going to need a very similar system to this. For this stuff, it's going to need a selection state, and that's that. So copy these 4 and put them in here. Okay. Now this is not working because it's missing a library. It's missing this one and this one, so copy these 2 and paste them here. Also do another one, go using USING lowercase, no, that's okay. Okay, TM Pro, there it is, semicolon, save. This is gonna be for our text, okay?
Okay.
So busy, we're not going to have a busy, I don't think. In fact, we're just going to remove whatever is happening in here. The change selection state we're going to leave. Hit shift tab. Shift and tab. Yeah. And we are going to leave this as well. Shift tab. Selection image. So we do not have an image. We are going to have a background image. So here you want to say public image. So space image. Okay, there it is. And BG. Do lowercase encode. Okay. Now copy BG. Paste it here. Okay, save. So one problem is here we have these selection colors, right? And I don't really like that because these are specific to the cells, not necessarily to our buttons. So let's take a look at what the game manager says. Okay, so you see these? So let's try and take a look at them. 35% and red, 50% and white, 0% and white. Okay. So hit Control R twice. So hold Control and press R twice. Okay, and now type cell, C-E-L-L, no, lowercase c. L-L, and now capital S. Alright, so we've now modified it everywhere, and now this one's going to disappear and break. So we need to refix it. That's why we needed to remember the colors. So white with no transparency, white with half transparency, and it was red with 35% transparency. That's it. Okay, so now we have the cell selection colors. Now we can make some other selection colors as well. So we can make button selection colors. Public space color with a capital C, array, which means open and close square bracket. Yeah, and now you're gonna call it button selection colors, lowercase b and then uppercase with the other letters. Button selection colors. Colors. Semicolon. Save. Okay.
Okay.
And copy this one. And let's go to custom button and paste it here. Save. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now we need to wait a little bit. We don't need any of these messages. And now you'll see that the button selection colors is 0. Now we're going to need 3 again. So when the button is not selected, what color do you want our buttons to be? Should be an inoffensive color, something like blue, something that isn't too extreme.
Sure, we can do blue.
Blue? Let's do this blue over here. Then when you hover on top of a button, I think we should do basically the same blue, just lighter. Like that. And then when you click it and select it, let's go with green or something.
Sure, green is fine.
Okay. I mean, right now I think the selection code doesn't exist, so it's not going to do anything. But this should work. Now, actually, instead of public, make it private. Private. Yeah. Save. And we're going to need a setup. So you go public void space capital S setup button. Button with a capital B. Open or close around. Open a squiggle, hit enter twice, closes. Save. So all of our buttons will have a certain function, right? We need to know which button is which. So just as we have an enum for selection state, we're going to create an enum for our buttons. So here you're going to say public enum. Enum space, now a capital, and you're going to type custom button, all capital, CUS button. Open squiggle, hit enter twice, close it. Perfect. Save. Now for custom button, the first custom button that we're going to have is going to be the start game, right? So call this one start game. No, lowercase. Start game. Capital G if you want. Game equals 0. 0, comma. Enter. Oh boy, it's not fixing itself, this potato. There. Alright. Equals 0. Then there's gonna be more, right? But we'll worry about that later. So for now, this. Now, our custom button needs to know the type of custom button that it is. So you want to say public. Doesn't need to be public, but we do it simply for her. I don't want to teach her serialized field yet. Public. And now you go custom button with all capitals. There it is. And you need to type it yourself. Custom button, button type or something. Yeah, button type. No capital. Sorry. Button. Capital T, Y, P, E. Now before we do that, let's do a little trick. And here we're gonna type _none. This is a trick I always do to start an enum. This means that we have a way to have a button that does nothing, okay? Just in case, and you'll see how we need it. We're gonna need it here because we're gonna tell it a default value. And by default value, I want this. So every time I create a new button, by default, it's gonna be this, okay?
Okay.
Now another thing we're also going to need is we need access to our text. So we're going to say private. Okay. Space. And this one's a bit long. It's going to be text mesh pro ugui. Text. Just keep typing. Keep typing. Don't worry. Text. Alright, and look, we can scroll now. Text mesh pro ugui. That's the one. TM_text. Save. So when we set up this button, we need to go find these. Okay, we need to find the image and the text. Now if you look at our button, which is here, button start, it has nothing in it, right? So it's going to need a picture. That's what we said. So it needs an image. And it's also going to need a duplicate of the text. So duplicate this text, and we're going to put it in here. Big swapper. Okay, now hold Alt and Shift. Alt and Shift, not Control and Shift. Okay, and release. And now hard Alt and Shift again, and release. So now you'll see that the button here is very, very narrow. This is a problem. We'll worry about that in a moment. In fact, we should probably worry about it now, sort of. Yeah, so let's give our buttons a layout element component, which will have a minimum height of 100. Yeah, 100 may be a bit much, but I think it's fine. Now our text here will be just text, we're gonna call it. And image, you can call this BG with a capital B, capital G. Hit enter. All right. Now the text, we're gonna leave it to auto size, but certainly not this large. We're gonna go down to 60, maybe even 50. Okay. And now the BG is instead going to need a source image, and we don't really have a cool image of ours, so we're gonna use the default one for now, which is a 9 slice, which means, look how it gets stretched. So the image is really quite small. See, it's a little square. But you see these little dotted lines? This indicated this part cannot be stretched, this one can, this one cannot, this one can, and so on. So as you can see, this little circular bit is not stretched, but the rest is all stretched. And the button still looks okay, even though you're using a very, very small picture. This is 32 by 32, so it's tiny. Okay, so we've got the image and etc. So now we can go find them. So each button, here we're going to say BG equals transform. There it is. Hit tab. Dot. No, you hit caps lock, not tab. Yeah, hit tab. Dot. Find. There it is. Hit tab. Open a round bracket. Shift 9. Now you need a quote, which is shift this symbol over here. And now you need to type BG, both capitals. Close the quote. Close the round. Dot. Get component. That's how we get some components on an object. Stop pressing caps lock, banana. Image. That's the component we want. So every time. So why is this lowercase? Oh boy. All right, I think you pressed caps lock instead of shift. So here's, or something, I don't know. So here's what happens. You go to the transform of this button, which is this object over here. And as you can see, it's got children, right? It's got two children, one BG and one text. So you go find BG. This means it's gonna find a child. See, it says there? Find a child and returns it. So you're finding the child that's called BG. Then you get its image component. Let's check. Does BG have an image component? Yes, it does. Now we're gonna do the same with the text. Let's see if you can do it on your own. It's gonna be very similar code to what you just wrote. So now you need to find TM text. Why BG? You're looking for TM text, right?
Yes. Both capital or small, or BG small, so maybe small.
There it is. Look at it. Yeah. Then. And then. It's already there. And then. You forgot the dot. That's okay, yeah. Hit the D. Hit D first. Now put the dot here. And now you need a quote. Now, how's the text object called in Unity? Do you remember?
Text?
I think so, yeah, with a capital T. Text. Yeah, close quote, close round. Another dot. Now you need to get a component. What type of component? Yeah, now hit tab.
Again, no, not again.
Hit tab. Now open one of type bracket. And shift that. And now what type? Look up in your variables, right? You have 3 variables. The third one is the one you're looking at, TM text. What type of variable is it? Hello? It's written right there, plain in front of your eyes.
Text?
No. Which line are you looking at? Give me the number.
I'm looking at this line.
Well, yeah, but that's line or writing. That's not where the variable was declared. Where did you initially create the variable? They are usually on top of scripts. Or at least that's where we put them.
Oh, well, I created the thing right under the thing where you created.
I don't know what that any of that means. There is a line where you created TM text. Where is that line? No. That's where you assign it. That's where you give it a value. That's why you say TM text equals something. But you need to create tm text first. Where did you create it? It's going to be further up in the code, that's for sure. No, you're on line 16. There aren't that many lines. So if Madam Lazy here can find the right line, that'd be great.
Well, it says tm text up here.
Yeah, so that's where you created it. You told it it's going to be private, and then you told it the variable type, and then you told it the name. So what's the variable type?
Text Mesh Pro.
Yeah. So you're looking for a component, Text Mesh Pro, UGUI. There, it's already there. Hit tab. Close the of type bracket, open and close round, and then semicolon. Save. Alright. Now, this is also going to be assigned, and that's good. Now, until it's set up, none of these should work. So let's create a small boolean called setup. So here you can say private bool space bool, B-O-O-L, space setup, all lowercase, all lowercase. All variables are lowercase, with some rare exceptions. Semicolon. Okay, so copy setup, paste equals true.
Wait a sec, I need to go back.
No.
I pressed Control S instead of Control C.
Yeah, wait, you need to double click the word. Okay, copy. Paste equals true. Semicolon. And here we're gonna say if open round, paste again, close round, open squiggle, close squiggle. So only if we are set up, we're gonna do this. If open round, paste, close round, open squiggle. Oh, what? You press copy. Undo, Control Z, copy, Control paste, close round, open squiggle, close squiggle. And we're gonna do another if right here. Paste, save. So only if we are set up, any of these things will ever work. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see. That should do. So now we need to call this setup button. Okay, so in the game manager, there's quite a lot going on here. These all have to do with gameplay. All of these. So what about update here? Okay, well this is just us cheating to be able to start. So all of this is gameplay. We're going to create a region here. Type shift 3, the number 3. Yeah, which is going to give you a pound sign. Now you type region, R-E-G-I-O-N. There it is. Region, space. And now you can write in human language, just write gameplay. Gameplay. P-L-A-Y. Alright, now we need to end the region. Shift 3. End region. There it is. Okay, so now we've got a region that's specifically dedicated to all gameplay stuff. What's cool about regions is you can even collapse them. So this is all the code that has to do with gameplay, right? Now we need to look at other stuff. And we're going to have to create something that allows us to go from state to state, which means we're going to need game states too. That gets a bit complicated. So public enum space game state, all capitals. State. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have a none equals -1. Copy this one. Paste it here. Now, a game state is basically what situation our game is in. So we start in the title, then we're going to click play game or whatever. We're going to go to a menu to select certain things, right? And then we're going to go to gameplay. So we need at least 3 states that I can think of at the moment. Title, menu, gameplay. So go ahead. You want to type title, comma, enter. Title, comma, enter. Menu, comma, enter. Gameplay. No, lowercase. All the others were lowercase. Why in the world would you put this one uppercase? Or is it special? Alright, save. Now this one will actually be public. So here it's going to be public. Yep. And now game state.
Capital? Okay.
Just start typing. There you go. Because this one uses keywords. It's only when you start when you invent a keyword that you need to be careful how you type it. Like now, for example, you usually can use suggestions, but unfortunately it gets really confused when you use all capital letters. So you can see M state gam, it's all looking weird. So you need to type it yourself. So you're going to say game, all lowercase, and then state, the first letter uppercase. So we're going to have a game state. Now here we're going to create a public void space. Now capital C, change game state. No, you pressed space, so you broke it all. Type change again. Game state. Capital S, state. Yes. And you need to request, copy this, paste it here, and just change this to GS, lowercase. Save. And now copy game state, paste it here, equals GS. Semicolon. And save real quick. Now, when we change game states, we're going to have to show and hide certain screens. So for example, when we should rename this one to title, by the way. Let's name this one to title. Yeah. Is this capital I? Sure looks like it. Yes. So, title. Actually, let's even do something else, because title is 0. We're going to say 0_title. Okay. And puzzle image, I think we're going to probably rename it to gameplay, but let's quickly take a look here. Aha. So this is the row container. It's a bit simplistic, this. We're going to have to worry about this in a moment. And actually, let's worry about it right now. So let's create an empty and call this one 2_gameplay. Capital G gameplay. Hit enter. So this one's going to be our parent object for the entire screen for the gameplay. And inside it, there's going to be the puzzle image. So we're going to drag this in here. Okay, we're missing one menu. So 1_ M menu. Yeah, and drag this over here and tell it it fits everything. There we go. Okay, Control S to save. Now, we're gonna need game objects for that. So here you're gonna say public space game object with a capital G. There it is, game object array. Game screens. Yeah, game screens. Capital S screens. Semicolon. Save. Now, let's quickly code this. So we're going to do a for loop going through all of them. So type for, tab. No. How many tabs? Always the same for loop. If I say a for loop, what is a loop? I've explained it to you several times now. What's a loop?
Well, like something like 0, then it goes up to 1, and if like the number is 8, it checks if your number is lower or if your number is higher. If your number is higher, it will pass the loop, and
right. And what happens inside the loop? Some code, right? But it's going to repeat as many times as the loop goes. That's what the loop is for. So if I say write a for loop, I don't want you to write the number 4. I want you to write the letters FOR.
Okay.
And then hit tab twice. Now the length is going to be the length of game screens. So copy game screens, paste it here, dot length. There it is. It's already right. Copy game screens, again, paste it here, square bracket I, whoops, I dot set active, there it is, open round, false. So we're going to turn off every screen first, and then we're going to turn on the right one, which is going to be copy game screens again, paste it, square bracket int, whoops, wait, I added an extra character here, copy game state, paste it here, close, and copy set active, paste it, true. So what does this mean? Save, I'll explain it now. Whenever we change the game state, we save the game state here. Okay, we receive a request here. So for example, let's say somewhere else in the code you say change the game state to title, right? So you're going to send it to title here. It receives title, it stores it in this thing, okay? And then it goes through every game screen we have and turns them all off. Every game screen is going to be turned off, okay? And then it goes to the game screen that corresponds to this game state. So if you sent it to title, what number is this?
0.
Yeah, if you send it gameplay?
2.
That's right. Okay, so it'll say game screens 2, set active. So it turns them all off and then turns them all on. This is a very safe way of making sure you only have the screen you want visible. Okay?
Okay.
Now, we're also going to have to check, so we're going to say switch SW and then hit SW, hit tab twice. And now you need to tell it what criterion, so copy game state, paste it here. Alright, so we're getting all of the game states. So if we switch to title, for example, save, one thing we definitely want to do is we want to set up the button that's in title. Okay? So we're going to create a public down here. Space, custom button with a capital C. There it is. And now lowercase button underscore start game, something like that. Or title, maybe. Yeah, no, let's go title start game. No, lowercase every time. Lowercase. Title. Start with a capital S. Start game with a capital G. Semicolon. Save. Copy it. So whenever we go to the title, paste it here. Dot setup button, we said. I think it's called that way anyway. Try setup. There it is. Setup button. Open, close round, semicolon. Save. Alright. So finally we've connected all of the dots here. When we set up the buttons, we do this, etc. And we say setup, and we're also going to change the selection state to, yeah, copy it. Oh heck, this really depends on whether you're already hovering on it or not. Wait a moment. What other interfaces do we have here? Pointer. So we got pointer up, pointer exit, enter, down, click. There is no pointer stay. But it'll become enter. Don't worry. Save. It's fine. So copy change selection state. Paste it here. And the selection state is unhovered for now. So copy this. And paste it here. Save. So whenever we set up the button, we find the BG, we find the text, and then we tell it to be unhovered. Basically as simple as that. So save. Okay. And that should do. So now the game manager just needs to know a few things. So button type, button title start game is this button over here. The game screens, there are 3. Bummer. So title, menu, and now you see why I like to number them like this. So it's very easy to tell which one comes first and everything. And yeah, I mean that should be it. Now we just need to tell awake here to game manager in awake. Actually, we're going to create a start. Yes. So here create void start. Start, capital S. There it is. Now it's going to add the word private. We don't need it. Save. Change game state. So copy it, paste it here. Open round. So when we start the game, which game state should we go with of these? When we just launch. When you boot the game.
So when you start the game?
Yes.
Gameplay?
Really? So when you put Rock Band in, the game automatically selects a song for you and you're already in it, yeah?
No.
No. Where does the game lead you? The patience that I need is incredible sometimes. Every game you've ever played, where does it lead you?
To the menu?
Which menu?
Title menu?
Title, that's right. So we're going to the title. Save. Alright. Good. Ah, bless him. Alright, so now if you press play, we should be in the title. The button's blue, and it goes light blue when we hover it. I think I would also like to highlight the text. Okay? So let's highlight the text as well. Couldn't be easier. Copy TM text. Paste it here. Copy all of this thing. Paste it here. Save. Now the button selection colors is going to be a problem. We need a button selection text colors or something like that, right? So copy this entire thing. Paste it here. And just type text here with a lowercase. Yeah, save. Alright, so I didn't even like that particular tone of blue that we picked. It looks dead. That's not good. Alright, so let's choose something a little bit more oomphy. It's kind of too bright. I like nothing. There, let's try that. And for the text selection colors, we're going to need 3. So we start with white, default, right? Then when you hover on top of it, the text could go yellow. And then when you select it, it could stay yellow or whatever. Right? And text here. Save. Okay. And now this should work. We should have that blue, slightly lighter blue. And see the text went yellow as well. It looks to me like we should invert this. So you get this blue, and then you go to this blue. You get to a darker blue. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, now the button certainly looks very big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly looks very big, so we should probably shrink it a little bit. Let's see. I don't know that we can. And the reason why that is because this vertical layout group is forcing the width. So let's remove that, and we should get control of our width back. See?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's quickly check one thing as well. Here it says upper left. Do we have a middle center? Yes, we do. Okay, that's not too bad. So we're gonna give it a size of, say, 700 by default. Now, I don't like the little back picture we've got, so let's go and build our own. Okay, so we're going to go to sprites. Actually, let's start creating a few folders here. So call this one UI, capital U, capital I. Hit enter. And then let's create another one. Let's call this one pictures. Even spelled correctly would be better. Pictures, and then inside pictures we're gonna create one something like family with a capital F. And then nature. Yeah, and then maybe history. Yeah. So I thought that, I'll tell you what, let's just keep one of them and call this one miscellaneous. So misc. That means everything that is in family, effectively. So now tulips will go to pictures, spider will go to pictures, highlight will go to UI, Elise will go to pictures, and ship will go to pictures. Right? So Elise is probably a family picture, and the other ones are all miscellaneous. Right? That's the only picture that has something to do with our family for now. Okay, sounds good. The background also kind of bothers me because we got nothing right now. It's just sort of a white screen, right? You could go black, which is fairly simplistic. Possibly would work okay, who knows? Very dark blue. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, we still need to make a thing. So let's go to GIMP, a button. We're gonna do a 9 slice, just like them. So we're gonna create a file, new, and it's gonna be the shape of a square. Let's do 256. Oh, poopies. Scale image 256. Okay, now it's a square. And so for background, sure, we can leave that. Now for new layer, we need to create something that has a bit of a circle here, a bit of a circle here, a bit of a circle here, okay? So the way we're gonna do this is this. Snap to grid, show grid, snap to canvas, oh dear, click to active path, snap to canvas edges, click configure grid, and 64 is 256 divided by 4. Now, we're going to select this, hold Control and Shift at the same time. Release. I'm going to take the white color and splotch all of this. You see how it's created this box over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I want you to hit Control X to cut, Control V to paste. And now I'm going to use these keys to move the box a bit. 2 pixels down, 2 pixels right. Okay? Now,
Okay.
what we're gonna do is, from here, we're gonna go all the way to the right. But we need to delete from about here. Then from here, down. Okay. Now, so from here to here, let's take the pencil, let's take big size, plop. There it is. Then from here to here, take the pencil, plop. And then simply this entire box, take the pencil, plop. And now you can hit Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Paste. Control V to paste again. Hold Control. Release. Control V to paste again. Hold Control. Release. Alright. And now we have a full plot here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what we're also going to do is we're going to put a little bit of a shading around here, okay? So let's think this through. Probably easiest would be to duplicate this and take the bottom one, go colors, brightness, down. Oops, I did the top one, doesn't matter. Now this one, what we can do is we can play around with these areas and move them. So hit Control X to cut, Control V to paste, did you hit Control X? Control X. Control V. Alright. 2, 3, say 3 pixels. 1, 2, 3 pixels. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to grab this bottom part, Control X to cut, Control V to paste. Okay, now we're going to delete this part. Now Control C, Control V.
At the same time or before?
First Control copy, then Control paste. There. See, now this looks like a pretty elegant button, right? Now we're going to give it a black border. So duplicate this layer over here, colors, or either brightness all the way down, contrast all the way up, repeat a couple times. Okay, and there it is. And now we can, what would be the most elegant way? Probably we can delete this corner and this corner. And now you can Control X to cut, Control V to paste. And there it is. Now we are missing a small bit because I didn't really do it very intelligently. So let's just go all the way here, grab the pencil black, blotch, and now for this, blotch. Alright, that's down. Now Control C, Control V. Again, Control V, just Control V, hold Control. Okay, release, Control V, hold Control. Alright, release. And this is going to be our button. It's not too bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to save this file. We need to tell it where. So we need to go find where. It's going to be in Sprites UI. So show in Explorer. So right here. And we're going to call this one UI XCF. And now we're going to export this as button BG. And there it is. So now it should be right here, button BG, size 256 per unit. And we need to tell it it's going to be a 9 slice. Sprite editor, grab the green and move it to here. Should be exactly 64, but it isn't. It's a bit more than 64, it looks like. Yeah, looks like it's 66. Well, okay. We're gonna go to 66 then. And we're gonna do 66. Whoops. 66. Oh gosh. Unity, you suck. 66, 66, 66, 66. Apply. So now because it's sliced like this part will not stretch, this one will. This one won't, this one will, and so on. So now, on our pick swapper, the background, we can go to button BG. And now it looks like the button that we've made. How'd you like this button? Happy with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it looks that pretty. It was fairly simple to do though, so I kind of have this feeling that I want to move this further left. We can change all of this live, so we can grab this and cut it and paste it and move it left, and grab this and cut it and paste it and move it right, export, save, and we'll fix auto-magically. Well, it probably already has, I guess. Has it? Can't tell. Did it export? I think it has. Probably did. And there we go. This is how our pick swapper button looks like. Now if we click it, nothing happens, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of our next step. So we need to make something happen. For now, we're just going to go straight into gameplay. Okay, just to make things work. Because you've pressed space, it works, but it also doesn't because the gameplay is not active. Alright? Now, we're gonna need a void for press button. So here you're gonna go void. Yeah, space. Press button with a capital P. Press button, capital B. Open, close round. Open a squiggle, hit enter twice, and close it. Save. Now, the first thing we're going to have to test when we press the button is what button type we are. Because each button will do something else, right? Something specific. So here you want to type SW to switch. And then hit tab tab. Yeah, and we're going to switch by button type. So copy button type, paste it here. All right. So the only one we've got for now is start game. Save. So when we start game, we're going to ask the computer to switch to gameplay. So we're going to say game manager dot script. There it is. Dot script. Hit tab. Dot change game state, I think it's called. There it is. Open round. Hit tab. Dot. And we're going to gameplay for now. Next, in reality, we would go to menu, right? So save. All right, now whenever we click, we're gonna say press button. So copy this, paste it here, semicolon, save. Now, when we're gonna go to the game state, to gameplay here, right? We are also going to start this. So cut this and place it here, save. We can now finally delete this, save. Alright, so we split the sprite, etc., and we activate the correct screen. So this should work. Let's test it out. Wait, we forgot something. We needed to tell it, see it's none at the moment. We need to tell it it's start game, the button type. And now it'll work. We went into the gameplay. And this is where we're gonna stop for today. Okay?
Okay.
Now, at the moment, it only works with the picture was already chosen, and next time we're gonna have to change the pictures or whatever. Right? So, never mind. these. There you go. So let's say ship, for example. Hit play. Big swapper. And there's our ship. I'm trying to do it without a single error. Can I do it without a single error? Oh, we have that line there in the middle. Oh, it's not there. When maximized.
It is there.
Oh yeah, you're right. There is a line. Oh well. So I'm fairly sure this is here. This is here. U1. I don't know why the line is there.
There's another line on the other
I can
side.
see it. Yeah. It's a bit annoying. We'll see if this represents itself still in the future. I don't recall the line being there with the Lotus. Let's try again. I don't see any lines. Oh, I've got these two swapped. Yeah, I don't see any lines. It could be the gizmos as well. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.